Alright, everybody back in action?
Yes, sir.
Alright, so Falkirk is going to the room back here. Which is not locked. You can push open the door and go inside. And this looks like the office area. It has a large, whole like computer monitor setup, a desk area with a computer on it, like a chair, you know, just office shit. But it's all like digital. I mean, there's no like physical papers or anything. So there's just a whole ton of like monitors and crap, and like a few like personal affections everywhere.
I would like to use the computer.
On the computer, you can actually, without even rolling anything, you can see. What do you see?
The last 3 porno sites that guy went to.
Honestly,
All disgusting.
Oh, terrifying. You can see a half-finished email, or whatever the equivalent is, like sending it via like Matrix. And he's trying to send it to, it's an encrypted user, but he's says the message is F, and it's got a dash, it's the letter F. And it's basically like very frantically worded. I didn't type it out, but it's essentially like, hey, you need to call off your goons. I can hear some noise outside. I don't know why they're here. I did the job. To that effect, basically. And then just kind of like trails off like mid-sentence. And then in another window, one of the other windows, you can see that he's been recording the video footage of all the security cameras, and it's still like recording right now.
You might need to delete that.
Keep the evidence of his treachery, but delete the part where we shoot him in the chest.
Yes.
Delete the breaking and entering and murder.
I've got good reasons for not wanting to be caught on camera here.
Can I browse through his emails and see if there's anything else that gives more information about what he was talking about?
Yes. Go ahead and roll your computer skill. And I will tell you
My
how
basic
much
computer skill, right?
information you get. Yeah. Should be a computer plus logic test. 2 successes. Okay. So you are able to. That is a lot of 2s. And like we said a while ago, like 2 or 3 successes is kind of average for most tests, honestly. Like most of these tests, like my net hits, kind of expect you to get around 2 or 3 hits.
Yeah.
So don't like say like, oh no, 2 hits. Like
It's like averagely successful.
it is, yeah.
Not great.
Like
but,
most,
okay.
the average threshold for most tests is 2, and like most information stuff, like you'll get an average amount of information for 2, like that kind of thing. So with, you're able to manipulate the video recording if you want to. You can obviously stop it, and then you can go back and erase it if you wanted
Can I
to.
go back and watch it?
You can, but it's just localized to this area. Obviously, the security feed's in here. You see that they can go back 24 hours.
Oh, that's it?
Yeah. And
Alright,
then
well, whatever. I'll rewind it. Rewind the video, like make it scan backwards while I'm looking at other stuff on the computer.
yeah, you see a little like rewind thing in hyperspeed.
Watch and see if there's anything suspicious going on in these videos.
Alright, just make sure to erase our involvement afterwards.
Yeah, so you know you're just trying to like spot anything out of the ordinary. You see him.
Yeah, like if he's meeting any people or anything, any faces.
Yeah, occasionally people come in the door. JT kind of meets them. They walk out with like some parts or something. Sometimes empty-handed. You can see basically it's just this. Oh, can I ping that one? It's these. I mean these 2 cameras right here. The one in the front office and then the one in the garage. So you can, I guess there's either 2 monitors or there's one monitor that's like segmented, showing you both of them.
Look for anybody suspicious looking.
Yeah, and then the garage, you just see like really not much movement, like just him kind of moving back and forth. His car comes and goes. But in terms of the last 24 hours, you don't notice anything
All right.
particularly odd in this area. These
I
cameras.
believe the last 24 hours.
Okay.
Leave it all.
It's all gone.
And also with 2 net hits, you can look through his messaging history, and you are able to trace some of the data and basically come up with a composite of who he's been talking to via the Matrix. And all your evidence points to a mob boss within the O'Malley Syndicate, which the O'Malley's Syndicate is the primary ruling mafia family of Seattle, and is run by Donna Rowena O'Malley. And this is just information that all you guys would know generally, like everybody in Seattle would know this. And they generally have 3 families beneath them that all work for them: the Finnegans, the Gianellis, and the Ciarniellos.
What was the last one?
Ciarniello or Ciarniello, Ciarniello.
Okay.
Should have seen how to pronounce that, but so there's 3 mob families that technically are grudgingly kind of banded together under this O'Malley family, and it's now the O'Malley Syndicate, and they basically are the ruling mafia for Seattle, the Seattle area.
You know, Falkar, between the 2 of us, you should be glad that I'm here to look up the stuff. Certain people are killing our prime suspects.
Well, yeah. Yeah. I'm not really good at this at all, so.
Alright, it looks like our JT's been primarily dealing with the O'Malley family.
Someone
Alright.
in the O'Malley
I guess
family
we
wants
should
to.
get JT over to Red to have some. I guess Red can question him gently. Or what I want to believe is gently.
The woman appeared to have some emotional connection to this man. Perhaps we might approach her first.
Let's call her.
All right. Sounds good.
You actually don't have Susie's contact information. You only have
Oh, we
Red's,
don't.
by the way. It's just that she answered Red's phone last time, so
Call Red.
she might do that again. She might not. You wouldn't know that.
Yeah.
But you just have Red's like comm link
Okay.
information.
Probably should have gotten hers too. When we
The
called
real
her.
dude, don't tell Susie that her friend JT is dying.
Not
Well, it's
anymore.
fine now. Just don't tell her that he took a.
He fell on a bullet.
He really
Yeah.
close.
So
He's
clumsy.
telling a bullet moving at a very, very high velocity.
Yes.
It's a very pretty bullet.
I guess
though.
I'll make you roll
That's a very
perception
pretty
for this, but
rifle.
within the, it's pretty obvious. Within the garage area, you see a crate that looks like a crate they would have at a construction site. And peering inside, you see construction-grade explosives. And
Nice.
it is about half full, or half empty, depending on how you
Oh
look at it.
boy.
This is looking really bad for JT, guys.
It is.
Yeah, maybe we shouldn't have saved his life. I am still standing next to him.
No, we still need to question him, but this is looking bad for him.
I take a picture.
Yeah.
Kalik!
Click.
Okay, you guys want to
And
call...
then I send it. And I send the picture to Red. And the caption says, "Look what we found at JT's place."
Party over here!
This is going on my Instagram.
Can I make a perception check for anything, I guess, out of the ordinary? Anything we might have missed?
Which room are you going to do?
The office.
The only thing of note in there, you see... Well, go ahead and roll perception. I'll let you roll it. You see JT's cred stick lying on an office desk.
What?
It's
so with cred
your
sticks,
bank, like your digital bank card.
Oh, take it.
Yeah, it's
Oh, I
like
bet.
it's like a coin purse in D&D essentially.
okay. Uh, is there a way to see how many funds are in it? I'm not sure how cred sticks work.
Yeah, you would just plug that into. I don't know how it works either.
The Matrix.
USB.
Yeah, essentially, you'll be able to plug it in. You can just transfer funds to yourself. I mean, you can just loot money off of it. Is how it works.
A quick transfer.
Yes.
Okay. I guess, how much is on there?
432 new yen.
I guess I should ask you how much was on the cred stick that I took from the dead chick at the restaurant.
We don't do that already?
No, I just took the cred stick. I didn't find out how much was on it.
Okay.
I feel like Red would need to know how much is in his bank account to see if how much he was paid or if anything suspicious was going on with that.
Let's just take the money.
As much as I do like money, I don't know if that'd be.
That's not a lot either, I don't think.
You guys are being paid 2,000 each for the job of investigating the bombing by Red.
Right.
Just as a reminder.
Yeah, so like 100 each isn't going to really go very far.
Is Red not going to ask how much is on the cred stick? See how much JT got paid to pull off this job?
You'll have to.
I
ask
can't imagine.
Red.
I can't imagine that 400 that's on that cred stick is what he got paid. Because I mean,
Right, but what did he spend it on?
I don't know.
Or he hasn't been paid
Or
yet.
maybe he hasn't been paid. I mean, maybe he was being blackmailed or something. Maybe he was being coerced. It wasn't about money.
Only you left him
Wake
alive. he is
Conscious.
yeah, he's technically conscious.
alive.
Can I take him and see if I can wake him up?
He's not gonna come to after this. He's taken like a severely, horribly damaging blast.
Pop an aspirin and get over it.
That's gonna make his bleeding worse.
Alright, how about I just pocket the cred stick until we figure out
Okay.
the best way to
I agree with that
use
plan.
this money.
Okay. It is whatever the lowest level cred stick is.
Okay.
They have different ratings, but
And how much is on it?
432 new yen.
Okay.
Alright. Well, I sent the picture of the explosive to Red.
Okay. Red is gonna start calling in. And you guys would know just as a general awareness that although obviously you've set off alarms in the system, from what you can tell based on the computer and on the matrix, he's not covered under Knight Errant at all, so there's no security forces coming. On the other hand,
That's good.
there have been like bullets firing and shouting happening, so you might not.
Someone might have called this in.
Someone might have called in, or some people might. I mean, there are roving gangs around, so you just can't be. Like, you guys aren't 100% secure here, is what I'm saying. Like, there are. You guys did a battle in the middle of. It's nighttime. It's still a couple hours away from dawn. So you're in the middle of a night. The area you're in is not necessarily a horrible one, but it's not a great one either. And as evidenced by the cars and what Red told you earlier, JT does especially service local gangs. Like, he does a lot of jobs for them and works for their cars and stuff. Not jobs. He works on their like vehicles and kind of pawns a lot of their stuff. So, just telling you that information.
All right, someone should call us in to Red and tell them that we're hightailing it over to the bar.
But unconscious man in the back of this truck and drive it over there.
All right.
To the truck.
Okay. So as gently as I can, I lift the body, the unconscious body of JT and put him in the back of the truck.
So you grab him by the scalp. Toss him in.
Over the head,
He just popped his head off.
Right leg, and just.
All right. There is a semi-loose grenade launcher back there, by the way, that kind of fell off its mounting, and it's still like and it's still like a little smoke is coming out of it. He's gonna throw it back there with it.
I'm just gonna remove it. I'm just gonna pick it up and move it. I don't know if, do I need to do a strength check for that? But
I can just let you do that because you're not really under a time frame or anything. Are you just putting it back in the garage, or are you gonna try to keep it, or?
I'm just gonna drop it on the ground. If somebody wants it, they can tell me. But my character wouldn't even think to keep it.
It's a grenade launcher with giant mounting things on it, so it can be obviously made to. It's not like quickly detached from the mounting frame, essentially.
I'm gonna pile into the driver's seat because I do have driving abilities. I have a driving skill.
How much is your driving skill?
Not great.
Better than yours.
I will go ahead and reveal that you guys can also try to search for things in the other parts of the building.
Raymond already searched the top area, didn't he? Did he find anything there?
He was
Or
searching
we
it,
not?
and then shit went down, so I technically never resolved his
okay.
searching.
There's also this whole car yard out here with robots.
There is. That
patrolling.
drone is continuing to patrol out there. Its programming is just to, well, you can surmise it's just been going around in this circle for as long as you can see in front of you. But it is in between, unless you timed it right, between you and the exit of the fence.
I'm gonna turn to Samus and say, perhaps you can deactivate this sentry drone so we might look around freely.
Sure.
Yeah, I'll go back inside and check inside.
I wanna hack into the drone and just pretty much turn off its vision.
Okay.
Over here.
Can you roll anything, or just say we did it?
No, you're gonna have to roll to either what is it, hacking, or you can put marks on it. You can try to data spike it. I mean, whatever you want to try to do. Crash program.
That's like my usual. Like my usual.
Yeah.
Like during combat.
If you do, and I mean, it's patrolling right now. It's designed to try to find a threat, from what you can tell. So if you try to brute force it or something, that might set it off to do whatever it might do. Or you can try to hack on the fly to try and do it stealthily, because it is just running on its own. It's just running on its own auto program.
Okay, I'll do hack on the fly.
Okay.
Hacking plus logic. Or my logic is a 6 so minus 2.
Okay. And what is
So
that?
I'm doing hack on the fly. Hack on the fly to put a mark on it.
Right. Yeah. And then they resist with.
Intuition plus firewall.
Okay, which is their device rating. I think is how we did it. So this device rating is. Pilot is 3, so I think we do 3 plus 3, which is 6. So switch me to drone. Rolls a 6. Okay, so you are able to put a mark on it, and it is none the wiser. It still is doing its thing like nothing happened. But you get to see a bit more information on it. You can tell that it is registered to JT. He is the owner.
I'm going to use my crash program. It only requires one mark. It overloads the target's memory and scrabbles one of its running programs.
Okay.
So I'm just going to make it up, but disable the...
I would say that the two
surveillance
programs that
program.
you can tell that it's running is obviously its like piloting program, the ability for it to move, and then its camera program to be able to perceive and like target. So you can choose whichever one you want to try to crash.
Right. I want to get rid of the... I want to disable the camera program.
Okay. And does he resist the same way, or how does that work?
Yeah, intuition plus firewall.
Okay.
So mine is cyber combat logic, and I switch my program to go attack because attack -2. Two successes.
What's your -2? Is that from being injured?
No, it's because my logic skill is limited by the attack attribute of the cyber deck. So I'm just subtracting it. My logic is a 6, but my attack on the cyber deck is a 4.
That just means that's your limit for how many successes you can have, though, doesn't it? You just can't have more than 4 successes.
I thought it meant the most logic I could use.
No, it shouldn't be doing that. It should. It just means you can't have more successes than that number.
Oh.
So I'll let you
You roll
re-roll.
again?
Yeah, you should just be rolling a straight 9.
So that means I'm limited to 4 then. 4 is the max.
Correct. You can't get more
My
than
attack is a
4
4.
successes, which is usually, enough. Anyway.
Better than any of us rolled.
Yeah, I mean, Jesus.
Mm-hmm.
Damn it, Raymond, way to put us all to shame.
Okay.
Okay.
So you
Wow,
notice.
good thing.
Oops.
So this was the crash program to disable the camera.
Right. So it's had a little flashlight to go along with its camera because it's been nighttime, and you see that flash. The rest of you just see that flashlight suddenly just blink off, and it continues its flight. But from what you can tell in the Matrix, its optic system is no longer working at all.
Alright guys, I disabled that little camera drone outside, and it's the only one in the area.
It's
Although-
safe, though.
Yeah, it's safe to walk around outside. But what is,
Step outside and see what I can see.
since I got the Matrix, I mean, what is that thing? I mean,
Attack drones. If it catches anything, I imagine.
That is correct. Yeah, Ursa, if you come out there, you can see these Doberman drones, which all have mounted assault rifles on them, and they're just sitting there. They don't look active at all. They're just kind of put in like little parking spots next to the cars in various spots. They don't seem to notice your presence at all. And this guy is continuing to fly around, completely ignores you.
I'm gonna be rummaging through these boxes up here. Am I finding anything?
Roll perception.
Really? What conversation did we have earlier?
You didn't take perception?
That one, yes.
Call somebody over that can perceive.
Hello.
I can
Anybody?
perceive.
You're a killer, you're not a finder.
Yes.
I can perceive. So yeah, meanwhile, Ursuf and Saren, you guys just see the drones parked out there. They don't appear to be active in any way, and there's just a bunch of cars in various states of repair.
I would like to use perception to see if these cars have any sort of markings or gang affiliations, like
Okay.
graffiti or whatever.
Falkirk.
Logo.
Okay, you guys are, let's say you and Malta are rummaging together through these crates, and I'll say you already made kind of a pass through the lower section as well, just to notice if there's anything that might be of value to you. There's a lot of just scraps and parts and things, but you're trying to look for any specific equipment, and you managed to find a pair of goggles, which look like I kind of picture those goggles in Jurassic Park that the kid puts on, like kind of a big set of like almost like night vision looking things. And the information is a capacity of 4, which means it can have 4 things built into it, and it already comes with a built-in vision magnification and low light vision. Pair of
Where's
goggles.
this
That Mauta and Falkirk come across
okay.
as they're like looting,
Okay.
basically. So a pair of goggles with
So
capacity
low light
4,
vision.
built-in vision magnification and low light vision, which are both vision enhancements. And you also find a small handheld scanner, which looks like a little either Ghostbusters or Aliens, kind of a little thing you pick up, like almost a blacklight scanner, but with a little display on it. And that has a built-in atmosphere scanner and Geiger counter. That has a capacity of 3, so it has 3 scanner things on it.
Which one do
Seems
you want?
useful.
Which one would you like, Falkirk?
I'm gonna palm the scanner.
So she asks you which one you want, and your response is to try to hide the fact that you are taking one of them.
From you guys, not her.
Oh, okay.
We're not even in the same
We're not
building.
even. Yeah, we're not even.
Yeah.
There.
Yeah, you guys are basically split up now.
I guess I'll take the binoculars, and we just won't tell the others. What they don't know won't hurt them.
There you go. So yeah, if you guys are writing that down, handheld scanner, capacity 3, and it has the atmosphere and atmosphere scanner, which means it can tell you like what the weather's like around you and if anything's coming, as well as a Geiger counter, which can tell you radiation information.
Okay.
And the goggles have a capacity of 4, and they have the vision enhancements of vision magnification as well as low light vision. Already built in. So each of these things takes up 1 capacity. So the capacity that I told you is the max, and then the ones that it comes with take up however many those slots. So goggles is 2 out of 4, and handheld scanner has 2 out of 3 filled already.
So I have what? I have vision.
Excuse me, vision magnification
Mm-hmm.
and low light vision. So it works like
Night vision goggles.
basically, yeah. That can also zoom in. Pretty cool thing to find. Pretty proud of the fact you were able to find some useful items. Everything else you've come across is just pretty junky, random shit that you really can't seem to make too much use of. You do manage to find... crap, where did I go? I'll put that in a different section.
So the handheld scanner has 2 out of 3 slots.
Yeah, it's a capacity of 3. It has 2 filled already, so you could put 1 more scanner thing on it if you wanted to. They can load a certain amount of programs on them, basically. Fuck, did I write that down? Okay. Obviously, you guys can actually take the explosives if you wanted to. They're still in the crate. There were 5 in there, like basically sticks of dynamite.
Oh.
You also find Mauta and Falkirk. Just by making a cursory look around, well, not cursory, you guys have been checking it pretty good. A total of 3 automotive mechanic toolkits, as well as 2 industrial mechanic kits. And basically, the kits aren't like first aid where they don't have a device rating. They allow you to use that skill. Like, you can know everything there is to know about a car, but you're not going to be able to really work on it without, like, socket wrenches and kind of just a generic toolbox full of useful tools, duct tape and whatnot, WD-40. So you find 3 automotive mechanic toolkits, which that's a skill, and 2 industrial mechanic kits, as well as a box of light sticks, which are like those flare guns, but they're just glow sticks that with the chemical light, and you can actually like, I guess you kind of crack them or whatever, and then they glow like a certain amount of time. They give off like a light source. You find a box of 6 of those. So you guys can divvy this up however you want. That's all the things that you find.
Alright, I think we can... The skill kits and the lights we can divvy up between the 4 of us.
Yeah.
You can do whatever you want to with the goggles.
I'm keeping the goggles. Those are mine. They don't need to know about
I'll
that.
just say I don't even think you guys told them that you found the goggles and scanner, so you guys can tell them about the other things if you want.
They pretend like they've had those forever. Like, yeah, I've always had these.
Yeah.
Yeah,
These old things?
my grandfather left me these goggles.
Why do you have two of them?
All right, so what are Ursub and Saren? You guys are looking at the cars out there.
Yeah.
Um,
I ask Saren if he can do anything to. Well, these attack drones here, are they just sleeping? What are they doing? They just like not turned on?
they're not active right now, from what you can tell. Their auto program has not started. They don't appear to be active. This guy is still flying around, but he can't see anything.
Do you want me to make? You want to make these things blow up these cars?
From the
That's why I'm with Malta.
I could probably turn them on and target them towards the cars.
Well, that's actually the opposite of what I was thinking. I was thinking like my character would want to deactivate them permanently so they don't accidentally hurt anyone who walks into this place.
Hey, Falkirk, you want to just jump in the truck and leave these two?
Yeah.
You guys can
Your
start.
mic is still open. Your
You
mic
guys,
is still open, you know.
yeah, you guys start hearing some like shouts and noises and from not necessarily outside the building, but maybe kind of down the street by now, since Ursub and Saren are actually outside in the car yard. You can hear outside.
Like, what kind of shouts? Like, Halloweener shouts? Or...
You can't distinguish the necessarily shouts, but they don't sound like friendly shouting, I guess.
Well, I guess my question is, do they sound more militaristic or street gang?
More street gang, more like haphazard shouting, I guess.
Can I use perception to see if these cars are of any interest?
You don't have to use perception. From what you can tell, I mean, in the Matrix, only like half of them are actually owned by people. The rest are just kind of like junkers, basically, that have been kind of in the process of being stripped for parts, I guess. You don't really see any useful items out here or equipment aside from the drones that are flying around or sleeping.
Alright, Ursula, do you think we need to torch this place to get rid of any evidence that we were here?
I mean, you
So far, this
erased the
area
video
out here
footage.
hasn't been touched by us, so unless there's
Oh, he
something.
did erase the video?
Yeah, he erased it.
Okay.
I mean, there's like a whole bunch of blood splatter all over inside the
Well,
garage.
outside, but that doesn't prove we were there, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, unless there's something you want out here, I would suggest we leave.
And you guys had sent that message to Red, right?
Yeah.
Or it was like a
Yeah.
picture or something dumb.
It was a picture of the explosives.
Okay.
It's a picture of the explosives.
Yeah, Red texts and says, the message just says, "Are you at JT's?"
Who did you send this to?
I guess Saren, because Saren messaged it.
Wow. Saren's on the phone right
See,
now.
he's on the phone with JT right now. or Red, sorry.
We'll find out what he said later.
Right.
JT's not on the phone with him.
No, he's not. He's on the phone with God right now.
Alright, I gotta go.
Okay.
Okay.
I'll let y'all just summarize it later. I'll
Yeah.
just be a passive. I'll be passive and I agree with whatever y'all do.
Okay, that's good. Yeah, we're pretty much right at the end here, so we'll catch you
Okay.
up next. I'll catch you up like on messaging or something. All right, man.
Okay, bye.
So
So,
assuming Red sends that message to everyone, then.
right, he just puts it on like speakerphone or something. Yeah, so Red, you guys can see that he says, "Are you guys at JT's?"
Not anymore.
Yeah, we're bringing them to you.
We'll meet you at the hut restaurant.
Message back. Who? What's happening?
Huh? That's what I messaged
He
back.
messaged back
Huh?
and says,
Huh? What?
he says, "Who are you bringing back? What is happening?"
when we get there.
Yeah, just message back. Just meet us at the restaurant. And then let's just do that.
Yeah. Oh, Kirk! You're being left behind.
You guys don't have. Yeah. I'm not gonna drive this fucking car over.
Fine with you guys. Are you happy?
Yes.
All right. Yeah. So you exit the garage. You get over to the gate. The drone is still not being able to see anything, so you guys can make it to the chain gate. Let's say you can either pop out and undo the lock, or you can just ram the vehicle. I don't really care at this point because there's nothing really. You can see some figures off in the distance, but you guys are able to clear before anything transpires. I guess we could switch back to the. I don't have. Do I still have red there? I have red there. So yeah, you don't have to roll because you guys actually walked here, so it's not a very far distance.
Right. Back to the restaurant.
Yeah. Actually, Red Texan says he doesn't want to meet at the restaurant, and he gives you coordinates to, let's just say, a
Warehouse in a shady part of town.
let's say it's a nearby like gas station, and then kind of across the way it's like a field or something, kind of in between buildings, like a little, I don't know, patch of grass in an alleyway or something. You guys pull up with the car. Red is actually already there, and it's him and Susie in that car. Susie was driving. She pops out of the car, runs over to the door, opens it, and tries to like help him out. He kind of initially kind of waves her off, steps down, and then kind of stumbles forward, and she catches him. And then he kind of nods at her and rights himself. And you see as he comes around, he's got his arm like bandaged in a sling, and he's got a whole bunch of bandages all over him. But he generally looks better than when you guys last saw him. So what are y'all doing? You guys are still in the car when you pull up, so you're seeing this happen.
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'll get out and move to the back and very gently pick up JT.
Okay.
And start moving him towards their car.
Yeah, I'll jump out and say, "Hey, we found JT."
He says,
I'm just gonna stay by the truck and keep my eyes open.
JT takes one look at the car and one look. Or, how do I keep? Yeah, Red takes one look at the car and one look at the dwarf in Ursuv's arms and says, like, "Ah, shit! I can't believe it. Were you able to talk to the bastard? What happened?" And then Susie interjects and says, "I told you not to hurt him. Oh God!" And she rushes forward and kind of takes him like in her arms, kind of just takes him from you, I guess. Sets him kind of on the ground and starts attending to him.
Like he's a fucking second flower.
Yeah, basically.
Okay. I'll just say he panicked. He tried to attack us. It appears.
You didn't get a chance to say much.
Yeah, that's right. He tried to attack us. I'll go with that too.
He did.
Yeah.
I'm not lying.
Sent attack drones after us.
His grenade launcher
His defense
failed.
drones.
In fact, I'll say that. I'll say like the grenade launcher malfunction is the only reason we're still standing here.
He's still staring at JT and kind of nods and says, "Were you able to find anything? Get any information out of him?"
We found some stuff on his computer. That's about it. And yeah,
What'd you find? What stuff? Who's he working for?
Mr. F, maybe.
It appears
I
to
don't
be associated with the O'Malley Syndicate. Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Something along the lines of the letter F that's associated with the O'Malley Syndicate, based on his correspondence.
He looks,
That's pretty much all we can gather.
yeah. He looks concerned and a little confused as he's trying to, like, think, and then he just kind of shakes his head and says, "Oh, damn it. We'll need to talk to this bastard. We've got to get him some proper medical care first. Hopefully he can tell us what the hell happened."
Yeah, here's his cred stick. There's not much on it, so I'm guessing they coerced him in some other way.
He actually just nods at you and says, "I appreciate that, but consider that a bonus for bringing him to me and keeping him alive as best you could."
I nod back. Thank you.
And then Susie actually whirls on him and she says, "He's got a fucking giant hole through the middle of him. They almost murdered him, Red." And he
Hey,
kinda,
listen here. You didn't stop for the police? You didn't stop to reasonable negotiations? His window is broken.
And he
Stop for
pissed
that?
me off.
He tried to kill us? There was no other option, Susie.
She actually raises his left forearm, and you see the giant scar going down his arm. She says, "He's one of us. He couldn't have done this." And Red just kind of puts his hand on her shoulder. She's still like knelt down by him, and puts his shoulder on hers and says, He must have got squeezed, love. We'll have to talk to him. Meanwhile, we can't be here long. I imagine that place was a bit of a war zone, which is not good, but at least we got him here. Hopefully he'll pull through with our medical care. Hell, I'll pull through. And I think these fine folks have done their job, and we'll certainly be needing their skills again once JT here tells us what he knows. And he kind of clenches his fist on her shoulder, and she like looks up and really looks at him, and he says, "And he will tell us what he knows." And she nods solemnly and goes to pick him up and bring him back to the car. And Red turns to you guys, says, "I can't thank you guys enough for helping me. You didn't know me before all this went down. You've been extremely loyal and helpful to me, and that matters a lot. That's how I like to run things in my organization. We started out pretty small, but through loyalty and hard work and selling a shit ton of drugs on the street, we were able to make our way and actually have our own little territory as a Red Scars. But now this," and he looks at JT, looks back at JT getting put in the car and just kind of shakes his head. Says, "I don't know. Maybe we're getting too big." He kind of sighs, and then he pulls out his little, I don't know, his cred stick and starts transferring the money over. And each of you see it pop up on your account that you are 2,000 new yen richer. You can write down 2,000 more new yen,
Ooh, that covers my
as well as whatever the bonus was, if you guys want to divide that up. The 432.
Yeah, so it's what? 108?
Yes. That sounds
Yeah.
good.
2,108. That,
That sounds right.
I don't know.
We have to remember to tell Raymond this next time.
Yeah, we are.
Unless-
I'll
Unless
write
you
it like
can edit
on.
his character sheet.
Yeah, I actually could do that.
How much did I get off the cred stick I palmed from the dead chick?
The dead chick. We'll say it was a third of what JT had on him.
Honey, it's almost midnight and you expect me to do
32
math.
Divided by 3. Let's say it was 144 new yen on there.
Alright.
Alright, so how much more new yen do we have now? 2,108?
Yes.
Okay, calculator. Yeah, this actually ended up taking a full session. That's...
Mm.
No, this one would go down. 5 plus 108. Raymond now has 2233 new yen. Alright, so I am doing that on his sheets. 30.
I have so much new yen.
Yeah, so also at the end of this adventure, you guys get some karma, as well as for technically bringing back JT alive. You can raise
Technically.
Red. Technically, you can all raise Red's loyalty by 1 as a contact, which I will also do that on Raymond's sheets. So his loyalty
Contact
should now be a
Red.
3.
3, yes.
I forgot to look up the connection rating. I'll figure that out too.
It was a 2.
Yeah. Okay, so your total karma awards for this adventure, and I'm going to go out piece by piece and then give you what the total is, because I actually deal them out by what you guys did. You get 1 karma just for surviving the entire adventure, so just by doing it. You got 1 karma for providing aid to the bombing victims in the bar. You got 1 karma from saving Red from the fake dock wagon medics. You got 1 karma for successfully tracing the bombing back to JT's automotive. And you got 2 karma for successfully, technically apprehending JT alive, although you did not get any information out of him specifically. So you get total of 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 karma.
Okay.
6 karma for that
Maybe that's
adventure.
Karma or total karma?
Both.
Karma. Oh, yeah. You add the 6 to the total karma, so it's that, whatever, yeah.
Yeah, your total karma always gets more karma added, and then your karma is how much you know you have to spend. And I will be adding that to Raymond's as well.
Wait, so I add 6 to both?
Yes, because the left one is how much you can spend, and then the right one, the total karma, is how much you've accumulated over the course of your career.
Okay.
So every time you gain karma, you would add it to both.
So
But
everybody
when you
should be the same. Everybody should be 19 at this point, right?
Total karma?
Because everyone starts with the same amount of karma.
Well, technically it's different because of if you take negative qualities and stuff.
Oh, right.
So
yeah.
technically you all started at 13, and then you take negative and positive qualities, and that could change it.
Mine's at 19.
Mine's at 19.
Oh, I just raised Raymond's to 24 with the 6. He had 18 before. Maybe his was not right then.
I think maybe his wasn't right.
Okay. So what is it? What are y'all's at?
19.
Okay.
Because I
Put that
think
19
I
then.
think those
The total karma actually
positive
stays the
negatives, Yeah, I think those affect the actual usable karma.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I have 12 usable karma right now.
I have 7.
7.
Raymond has 6 now. He had 0 apparently.
That's perception.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well,
So-
1 point of perception. Yeah.
Right. Okay. So that should be right on
2.
there.
Maybe.
Okay,
I don't know
so-
how much the cost.
You've got Red's contact information. He says that he will contact you soon whenever they know information from JT. And then he basically tells you guys he suggests you lay low and get some rest. He notices the troll especially is like limping a little bit from exhaustion. Says, get some rest, you guys deserved it, and I'd appreciate it if I can call on you to help with some more of our problems.
If the pay is this good, anytime, Red.
All right. So you guys can actually... in fact, you guys actually have that vehicle now, I guess, technically. Although it's still... It's owned to JT. Red looks at it and kind of says, if you guys need to use that car, you can. Just know this is an ongoing investigation for us, and I don't know if anybody's going to recognize that car or who he's worked with or if that's going to be a danger to you.
Set it on fire.
So he's like, I'm going to let you guys use the car. If you need it, I know where to find y'all now. We all have each other's contact information. But he does just warn you that, he's not sure if anybody's watching the car or, if that's what the story is with that, so.
Can I live in this car?
I have no home.
Is everybody okay with that?
This is my new home
I'd
now.
like to sleep with this car tonight.
I'm good with that.
No one else is gonna invite you in. You're a huge ass weird troll. Alright, so that will bring an end to this adventure, but what we will do next week is do a kind of an epilogue and recap episode. Like I said, I'll go through kind of everything we did, and then we can talk about kind of how it went, basically, and you guys can give feedback and vice versa. It should be, I imagine, a shorter like session, but just kind of put a cap on this week's adventure, and then hopefully we can start in with the next adventure the following week.
Cool.
Great.
Sounds like a plan. All right, good timing with ending. It is just now 11:50 here, which is awesome. So yes, thank you to Raymond, who's already left us as Saren, Heather as Mauta, Chris as Ursiv, and Reese as Falkirk. I am Eric, signing off for another your GM for Shadowrun 5th edition role playing on Roll20 via Google Hangouts, Twitch TV/Gorbash722 every Sunday evening 9:30 p.m. Central Time. Back next week. Bye.